Good day, everybody. It's my hope that you're well wherever you are in the Americas, in Europe, in Asia, in Africa, in all the corners of the world. I'm so glad to be speaking with you as we begin yet another vibrant week, dynamic, rich, beautiful. Today we'll be speaking about loving you, loving God. Not me loving you, you loving yourself. Loving you, loving God. You know, so much happens in life. So many battles come up. So many experiences that leave people battered. So many great opportunities that leave people happy and elated. But these different things, if not founded on a strong foundation that makes you sure about who you are, whether the good highs or the down lows will leave you battered and distracted, almost for death. Even when you're going through a very nice patch, nice season, happy, everything's going right, but you don't have a strong sense of exactly who you are and the confidence in who you are, which comes from loving yourself, then the impact that you're going to be experiencing and spreading all around you will be negative, even though your life may seem like it's a good, happy life. Worse still, if you're going through challenges, trouble, battles, and you lack confidence in who you are and the depth of who you are, the understanding of the depth of who you are, which comes from loving yourself, then not only are you heading for your destruction, but you're heading for the destruction of many, many people. And the reason I'm bringing both perspectives is people think that when life is happening so well, everything's going so good, everything is rosy and happy, that it's unlikely to have a negative impact on your environment and those around you. And that's a big assumption. Most people feel that if everything is going well around them, that they're okay, that everything is okay. And most people judge the things that are going well around them based on human standards and material things. So if you've got all the money you need, you have a good house, a good car, your kids are going to school, you're married to the right person that you always hope for, you think that life is good. But there's a deep sense of emptiness that comes with even that perceived everything is good, everything is working, if you lack the depth and the understanding of who you are and have a solid foundation of love for yourself. You know why? Because you then show up even though things are looking nice and happy and rosy around you in a way that suppresses others, in a way that discourages people around you or yourself, in a way that you doubt inside of you your self-worth, your identity, your self-esteem. And while things may look like they're rosy on the outside, there is a hollow emptiness on the inside. And that's why you see people, sometimes news comes that people have committed suicide. And people ask them, why would they? Everything seemed happy, seemed good, seemed right. It's because there was something missing on the inside. When battles are raging, challenges are here about, storms are around you, it's easy for negative feelings to begin to creep up and to challenge the very existence of who you are and the depth of who you are. And you see, that hollow inside and emptiness inside can only be fixed by the one who created you. The one who created you and knew you and loved you even when no one wants to love you, even when you feel unlovable. Their love is unconditional. And knowing that love and drawing out of the love of God, the love of your Maker, is what centers you on the inside. It's what gives you confidence to rise above whatever is happening on the surface, whatever is happening in the physical world, whatever is coming at you in your mind, in your spirit. That sugar love gives you the confidence and the assurance that you're so unique and lovable by your maker that nothing around you can shake your belief system and of who you are. You see, when you love yourself, it doesn't matter what other people are thinking about who you are or about your circumstance. When you know the depth of who you are and you're able to draw from the love of God inside, then He's able to carry you through the various seasons and dimensions. There's a statement that says, hurting people hurt others. Because when you're in pain and you're feeling unlovable, then you're the one who hates everything. Everything that comes out of your mouth is cutting through things, is killing things. And you start to bring out hate and to exude hate and to release hate and negative emotions. Because that's what you're feeling. Is it possible to feel love and to love yourself even when things are not right? Is it possible? By the way, my answer is yes. Because the feeling of solid love, the love that we get from God, is unconditional. It is not I feel loved because everything is okay. I feel loved because I know I'm loved. I feel loved because my Bible tells me in Psalm 139 that He searched me. He searched me. And He created me in my mother's womb. He formed me. And that I am fearfully and wonderfully made. I said, love you, love God. Loving you, loving God. When you know that your Maker took time individually and uniquely, formed you and shaped you and created your frame and created the essence of who you are, everything, then you know right there you do not have to compete with another. You don't have to fit into any metric that has been created by the world. And even when things are rocky and they're not seeming to be what they need to be, you have that constant assurance that it's not because you're unlovable, it's not because you're not worthy, it's not because you have no identity. You know those things are in place and you are confident, so you have a strong foundation. And that strong foundation equips you to deal with the things of the world. It equips you to weather the different circumstances that are coming at you. It equips you not to be clouded by the wealth you have, the money you have, everything that you have that's going right. Because it is God's desire that we prosper, and we prosper in all things. So having money and having wealth and being prosperous is God's desire for us. He is the God of all silver and gold and cattle on 1,000 hills. But when we have all those, but we have a strong foundation inside of us, a foundation that's founded on the love of God and the confidence and assurance of who we are in God and the love that we have, then we're not waiting for other people to love us or not love us. We're not thermometers. Our moods are dependent on another human being. Why would you give the responsibility of feeling love to another human being? So that your mood is good or bad dependent on if they did or did not do a certain thing. You're drawing love and self-worth and identity from another human being. You're setting yourself up for a very long journey of pain and hurt and disappointment. And if you extrapolate it further, you'll be pouring out what you're carrying, which is pain, disappointment, and hurt. But when you're solid and you love yourself with all humility, loving yourself has nothing to do with pride and arrogance and those things. Loving yourself from the perspective of the love of God, which you are sure about, which gives you your solid identity, which gives you your self-esteem and your self-worth, and a strong foundation to be sure that you're okay, you're who you need to be. And so you show up from a point of confidence, of self-worth, and you give good to others. When people are around you, they have goodness. Good things are flowing out of you. Love is flowing out of you. Care is flowing out of you. And because you understand the uniqueness of everybody, you embrace everybody in their uniqueness. And before you know it, you're a vessel of love to the world, a vessel of solutions, a vessel of care, a vessel of impact, a vessel of multiplication of God's goodness. Because you carry it, you're able to receive it from God, who's your foundation of love. You're able to love yourself and accept yourself and be confident in who you are. And I also believe that coming from that position is a strong foundation of relationships and marriages. And I mean relationships, I mean whether it's business relationships, whatever kind of relationships, friendships, but also more importantly, marriages. Because a lot of people are draining their spouses because they are not providing love. They're trying to get affirmation, self-worth, their identity in their spouses. What kind of heavy responsibility are you putting on another human being? You're trying to find your level from your parents. If my father says this, if my mother says this, if they don't say, they don't love me. There is that healthy expectation of relationship, but don't let your self-worth, your self-identity, and how you feel loved be pegged on another human being. Let it be founded on your Maker, on God, and the love that God gives us. So as you begin your week, think about how you want to show up. How do you want to show up in all the spaces that you are? In the family, in your home, with your children, with your spouse, with your parents, with your friends, with your colleagues, with your political, colleagues, with your community. Every dimension and sphere of influence where you're called to or where you show up. How are you showing up? Are you showing up as a vessel of pain, of thorns, poking people, hurting people, wherever you go, you leave a trail of blood? Or are you showing up in a place where you're still firm, you have your ideals and values, but people can feel love? Because you love yourself. You can only pour what you carry. You cannot pour from what you don't have. You can only give of what you have. And so the beginning of pouring love and giving love is to ensure that you love yourself. And you can pour love inside of you. And that love continues to be strengthened. And the foundation continues to be strong based on your love for God. For His love is unconditional. So this week, as we embark on the rest of the seasons of our lives ahead, remember to shift this dimension. Stop putting blame on other people for how you feel or how you don't feel. Stop expecting that your thermometer will be pegged on other people pouring love or not pouring onto you. Love yourself, love God. Fill yourself with love so that you're a vessel of love. And guess what? Naturally, you will attract it. Because you attract what you carry. So have a blessed week. Have a week full of love, full of great relationships, and dimensions never seen before. Bless you.